Welcome back again, guys. We've already did the fixed blade winner for 2019. Now we're focusing on the folding knives, pocket knives. And we've had some great submissions this year. We saw some pretty sick knives, and we saw some pretty crappy knives too, to be honest with you. But we got 5 of them sitting here before us that have some great features with them, some of the things that we liked, and we're going to get right into that. We'll talk about the submissions first. Number one was the Grayman Tiga, right there. This here is from a new guy, Marty Young is his name. He's new to us, but he's been building knives for almost 20 years. He builds some very, very cool knives, and this one he submitted to us late in the year, but we did get to see it there. I'm going to put this away too before I cut myself. And then from Columbia River Knife and Tool is this little guy right here. This is the Kit Carson version. It is the, let me see here, I want to get this right. The M2104G, that's what it was, okay. I got it on my computer here. And I've used this knife a lot during 2019. Very good knife. And then this one comes from Boker, of all people. It's called the Mini Quaken, and it was designed by Burnley. If you don't know him, he likes to take neo-classic Japanese type of style knives and turn them into, he just hybrids these dudes, and that's what you get is something like that, you know. So that's a little sexy knife. And then from We Knives is this guy right here. This is a bad knife, man. I mean, I love We Knives, and this one happens to be a special edition, and you know, I think that you're going to find the more that you learn about We Knives, the more that you will like them. So, again, we have 10 categories for each knife. They're different than the fixed blade. And I'll tell you what these categories are right here, okay? Starts out with concept, design, materials, bushcrafting ability, game processing, building a fire lay, which is different than processing firewood. You need a big knife for that. The strength of the build, the edge retention, how easy is it to maintain out in the field, and how does it deploy? What's the ease of deploy? Does it take 1? Does it take 2? Do you have to struggle? And those are the 10 categories. So we're going to start with the lowest score first, and that would be this guy right here. All right, and while we're talking about this, I think we're going to go ahead and get some tight shots on these knives so you can get a better feel for them. All right, you can see we're having some difficulty with some of our lighting right now. Sorry about that, but it doesn't affect the information. So we're going to start out with the Boker Mini Quaken because it had the least score on there. It scored out at 69.1. Which is quite a bit lower than what the winner is. But what you have to understand is that what we look for in knives is not only their ability to work in the field, but just all over a secondary utility style knife. And there were things that we really liked about the Mini Quaken, but you know, to be honest with you, it has very limited abilities as a field knife. You might do some bushcrafting with it. You might make trap triggers with it, tent stakes. You know, I mean, just the small stuff. Build your small tripods or whatever. But you're not going to do anything above that with this knife. It does process game pretty well. And as far as a fire lay goes, yes, it'll help you build your fire lay after your bird's nest. You're getting your fire all together, processing that. It'll do that. But you know, the strength of it came in only at an 8.4. You know, we were worried about this knife, and as a matter of fact, it's got a little rattle going on with it. Can't figure that out where that rattle's coming from. but there is a rattle in it. It does retain its edge very, very well. It stayed super sharp no matter what we did. Maintenance on it is not really all that great, but it's not bad either. But the deployment on this thing is probably one of the best features about it. I mean, it's just slick when it comes out. Almost comes out with like a spring assisted, but it's not, you know, and that comes from the super design that they got in that. So that's 5th place, Boker. Congratulations for even being added. We appreciate your participation. Okay, so that was the 5th place. Now the 4th place comes in at 91.9, and that is no, that is not. No, that's not it. 91.9 is the Wee knife, and that that's kind of a the first knife, the Mini Quaken was 69.1, and now we're jumping up to 91.9. So you're going to see how close these numbers are. The Wee knife could have had a higher score probably in some different areas, but we really like to have a knife for 6 or 7 months out in the field to be able to tell you the long run on this thing. We didn't have that knife long enough for those type of scores, but you're talking about one of the slickest pocket knives that are on the market right there. Not only does it have a great concept and a design, the materials that they use here are not the regular standardized materials that you find in a Wee knife. This particular knife came in a mission through Battle Box, and I believe it was the December box, which, by the way, you always hear me talking about Battle Box, but this is the reason why, this type of stuff. And in that December subscription, you got, let me see, you pay $149.95 for the top package, and you got well over $400 in gear, including this Wee knife. Now this is built on the 704 platform. Go to their website, WeeKnives.com, and check it out, WE, and look at the 704, and you'll see that this is a very pricey knife. And this one that they built for Battle Box is the 704X-R. It's got a little different steel, it's got different scales on it, but as far as design and performance, it's right there with a regular Wee knife. So if you're wanting to get your Wee knife for a good price, go to Battle Box and see if any of those missions are left for December. Because not only are you going to get this knife, but you're going to get everything else that's in that box, and it's got some sick stuff in there, So congratulations, Wee. We're probably going to reach out to you, see if you want to get involved with one of your full-featured knives for 2020. But that is a beautiful knife, and again, it came in at 91.9. The next one up is actually a commercial knife also. The Boker is a commercial knife. But this one is from Columbia River Knife and Tool, the CRKT, the Kit Carson. If you don't know who Kit Carson is, Kit Carson was one of the premium knife builders in the world before his death, and a lot of people miss him. This is the M2104G. This is a working man's knife for sure. Heavy duty. I love the frame on it. The frame makes it a little bit lighter. And I'm telling you folks, I have batoned with this, made feather sticks with it, processed game. I've cut up some rabbits and some squirrels with this. And I've not had one problem with this knife. Now, if there's one area that I want to point out to you, if Rocky will let me show you here, there is this red, get in the shot here. See this red little guy right here? Can you see that? I don't know if you can or not. If you get closer. Yeah, there you go. I don't want to move the camera in closer. See that guy? That is a secondary safety. All right, so in order to put this knife away, you've got to use the regular thumb right here, and then you got to pull this down. Shoot, stay in the shot, buddy. And then it folds, right? Just like that. That's cumbersome to me, and I know Columbia CRKT still has this on their knives. I'd like to see that go. I don't like that about that knife, but just keep on holding it up for me, Rocky. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about this. You know, it had some pretty good scores. It came in at 94.8. And the last one was 91.9, the fourth place. Third place is 94.8. And there's not one area that was under a 9.3, and that just happened to be the deployment of this knife. You know, it is a one-hand deployment. You know, show them how you have to deploy it, Rock. I don't know if you're going to be able to get that in the shot or not.
Try.
Yeah, there you go. And then you got to kind of flip it down to make it happen. That was the weakest part about that, you know. But I mean, it can do anything you need for it to do. And here's the best part. I told you I wasn't going to tell you prices except for the winners. You can buy this knife right now on Amazon for less than $50. And again, I tell you, I've carried it with me almost all year long, and it's in my pocket every day. So it's a great knife, and congratulations to CRKT for being a part of the top 5 nominees. It doesn't happen just by chance. All right, so now that's third place. Let's go to second place. All right, and this is a knife that was submitted to us by Marty Young. It's called the Bobcat. And Marty Young has been around for about 20 years building knives, but he's done it on the quiet tip. We have not heard a lot about him. We've seen a few of his knives over the years. And we reached out to him and said, hey, look, you know, some people asked for you to be involved. We did that at the early part of the year, and he committed. But we didn't get the knife until later on in the fourth quarter of the year, which then again meant that we didn't get to use it very much. I wish we'd have had this knife a little bit sooner. But the score on his knife was an astounding 96.7. Just everything about this knife is top notch. He even had a 10 in regards to fire lay. I mean, it just made building a fire lay very, very easy. But the strength on it, it's a 9.9. The design is a 9.8. The materials are a 9.8. The deployment, 9.7. Maintenance, it's super easy to maintain out in the field, you know, and we appreciate Marty being involved. It's a great knife, and we look forward to collaborating with him again next year for our 2020 knife reviews. And again, we only did 12 this year, you know, and out of those 12, you're seeing the 5 that impressed us. More knives than that came in. Probably 18 knives came in, and they just didn't make it. But Marty, congratulations, because you were runner-up to the winner. And the winner is this guy right here. And I know that some of them are going to say, oh, he's a ringer. Well, it's the Grayman Tiga. Don't be hating, you know. I mean, this knife is the kind of pocket knife that every outdoorsman or tactical operator would like to have in their kit. It is super dynawampin in a lot of different ways. As Rocky shows it to you, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this. It's made out of CTS XHP steel. It has the titanium scales are 6AL/4V. The grind on it is a flat grind, and it is hardened to an HRC 5960. The blade stock is a little bit over 3/16 of an inch, almost a quarter, to be honest with you. It has .220 black G10 back straps that you can see down inside that knife. It's kind of got a stone-washed blade with frames and clips the same way. It has a titanium tip-up carry belt bent clip, custom Swiss turned stainless steel hardware, hardened stainless steel pivot. It's got a laser etch, phosphorus bronze washers, and it comes in at an astounding 7.20 ounces. You know, so I got to tell you that this knife has been a real pleasure for me personally to be able to carry around. Now, I carried it probably for about 2 months straight, and in 2 months' time I had to strop it maybe twice. Did not have to resharpen it at all, you know, and you know, the score on this guy, if you guys are wanting to know, I think it's like 90.
I think it's 97.1.
97.2 is what it is. Oh no, that's the Darfur Defender. Okay, we need to look at the other one. There you go. Okay, Grayman, 97.1. You're right, Rocky. I stand corrected. I hate that. I'm gonna stab you with one of these knives.
It's your least favorite thing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's this is a tank tough knife that is not going to fail you out in the field. You know, if there's one thing that I don't like about it, it is the deployment, and it got a 9.1 on deployment. You know, because it's not easy to deploy it one-handed. You know, I mean, you got to work at that, dude. Now that might just be because, well, I wasn't even in shot. Why don't you show him? You're easier there. Yeah. See, even he's having a little bit of a time. Looks like you cheated on that, man. Put that back away and try that again. You ain't holding your tongue right, bro. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's a great knife, but maybe if we use it more, you're going to have a lot better success. You know, but I mean, overall, you want a knife that's going to last you for the rest of your life, a one-timer. You know, and again, this isn't your primary knife. This is a secondary knife that you're going to carry in your pocket. But for a secondary knife, I batoned with this. I built several different types of blocks, firewalls. I built heavy-duty tripods for big pots with this. I didn't build any traps with this, or, you know, there's no sense of me trying to build a sniper lathe that isn't my thing. But you could probably do that with this. You know, you could definitely build traps with it, build snares with it. You can do just about anything you could with a medium-sized survival knife or tactical knife. This price on this guy, it is a $475 investment that you're making there. But as you see, it is worth every penny from tip to snout, every penny of it. You know, Mike, congratulations on your design, on your concept, on everything that you put into this knife, all the love you put in here. It shows. Sue, thank you for staying on him to make him work hard out there in California. And I hope you guys got great weather, because we're shivering right now in Illinois. But this is your 2019 Backwoods Biker Folder of the Year. And I mean, who would have thought that Mike was going to win both the fixed and the folding blade? We didn't set it up that way. The scores just showed up that way. You know, and if you're going to be hating on that, all I can do is apologize. We just want to give you the right information and tell you the truth about the knives that we see, or anything that we see. So once again, we want to say thank you for watching, and just hang tight, and we're going to be back here. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging on that and listening to all these numbers and all that stuff. You know, I mean, these are some beautiful knives. Hand me that this guy can give me the Wee knife also. But these are just, you know, some of my favorite things here. Marty, I wish I could have saw this a lot earlier. And one of the things, you know, that was said to me, you know, is the build on the knife is really good. The design, the feel of the knife, the balance of the knife. But they ask, why did he put orange scales on that? You know, I don't know. But you know, you're not going to lose it out in the bush, I'll tell you that. You know, so we're looking forward to seeing more from this guy. I think he's got a good future in knives. And then, of course, anything from Wee is G. Minetley. You know, I mean, this is just one sick dude, man. You know, and we're looking forward to doing them. But until then, I hope you get out there and you look at GraymanKnives.com and you order a Tiga. He's got two other folders that he builds. His inventory does not build up. He's a custom knife builder, and he does a lot of work for guys in the tactical realm. So, you know, you got to get on the list if you want him to build you something. Listen, we appreciate you watching and being involved with Backwoods Biker Magazine and our videos, YouTube. Right now, if you subscribe and you are a first-time subscriber, you're going to have a chance to win $700 in gear, a whole kit. that we have put together for you. Starts at the pack and everything that's in there from knives. We've got some folders. We've got fixed blades in there. We've got fire starting ability. We got bivy in there. Just so much stuff. Pillow. A lot of stuff is in there. But in order for you to be involved, you got to hit that subscribe button down there. Become a subscriber. And in January, at the end of January, we're going to pull a name. And whoever is that 3,000 subscriber, bingo, you're going to be it. So get in there, tell your friends about it all also. So listen, until next time, you guys ride free, you live free, and as always, you be safe.